The storm rages through the night rain, drumming against leaves and stone, but the cries of conflict drown even the thunder. The clan that fled now crouches beneath a cluster of trees, drenched, shivering, every muscle taut with fear. Their wounded child lies pale and still, the matriarch's hands pressing leaves and mud into the wound, a primitive barrier against infection. Lightning rips across the sky, casting the savanna in fleeting flashes of light. For a heartbeat, it looks like fire, but it vanishes as quickly as it comes, leaving them in suffocating darkness once more. Humanity's path toward flame is never taken. They remain prisoners of the night. By dawn, silence has fallen. The rival clan has vanished, but the scars remain bruises, broken bones, blood in the mud. The surviving group limps back toward the grassland's hunger, now a torment that no roots or berries can soothe. They find the carcass of a wildebeest, days old, half devoured by vultures. Flies swarm the open flesh, the stench of rot thick in the air. Yet desperation bends the will, stone flakes cut into muscle, and raw meat is shared stringy and cold. Buzzards circle overhead as the clan trudges onward. A mother carries her infant slung against her chest with woven grass. Her eyes scan, constantly scanning, not for food, but for shadows. Without fire, night brings no refuge, only retreat. No warmth, no protection, and every night is a siege. The matriarch halts, her nostrils flare. There across the ravine, a watering hole, but not theirs. A rhinoceros is already there, massive and twitching with instinctive aggression. The herd freezes. Too close now to back away silently, too exposed to charge forward. Seconds stretch like sinew before the beast turns, snorting, stomping, watching. A misstep could mean death. The young male, lanky but swift, gestures a signal. He scrambles along the edge of the ridge, barefoot but sure-footed. His role is not to fight, but to distract. A clatter of stone, a quick throw, and the rhino bolts startled, but unharmed. The path to water is clear. The clan surges forward, drinking from cupped hands, splashing mud against their skin to cool their burning backs. A small victory stolen from the edge of risk. But danger does not recede. It follows. As the sun dips low again, shadows lengthen. From the tree line, two hyenas watch, eyes gleaming. They've followed the wounded scent from the previous night. The injured child whimpers. The group tightens, forming a protective circle. One elder male grips a sharpened stone. Another picks up a heavy branch. No fire to frighten the beasts. No blaze to mark territory. Only muscle grit and desperation. And now the hunt begins. But they are the hunted. The hyenas circle slowly, gauging the clan's weakness, their yellowed teeth bared in mocking snarls. The wounded child clutches at her mother's fur, whimpering. The matriarch stands tall, old, but not broken. She raises her arms wide, bellowing a low, guttural sound that reverberates through her chest. It is not language, but legacy, a command older than words, born of instinct and memory. The males fan out tools, ready not to attack, but to appear larger, unpredictable, alive with threat. One throws a stone, striking the dirt just before a hyena's paw. The animal snarls, but hesitates. Hunger wars with caution. A second stone whistles through the air, another bluff, but convincing enough. After a tense heartbeat, the scavengers slink away into the brush. For now, night is near again. Without fire, there is no light to chase back the abyss. The clan retreats to a grove of tightly woven trees, thorny at the base, safe enough to slow predators. They settle in tight formation, back-to-back arms around the young. The matriarch tends to the child's wound again, grinding bitter herbs between her molars and pressing the pulp into the gash. Her eyes never leave the darkness. Above the stars glimmer vast and cold, indifferent to suffering. Morning breaks harsh and hot. The clan must move. Flies swarm the wound. Buzzards return. The matriarch knows this plain is no longer safe. It carries the stink of death. They need high ground shelter, a better chance. She signals a slow wave, a turn of the head. It is enough. The group begins a silent exodus, feet dragging through grass still wet with dew. By midday, they reach a ridge of boulders carved by wind and time. One stone slab juts out, forming a crude cave. The scout, a female with keen eyes and lean limbs, slips inside. She re-emerges with a nod, safe, empty, deep enough for the entire clan to hide. They begin to settle. The cave's walls are cool, its floor dry. For the first time in many nights, the matriarch allows her back to rest against stone. But this moment of calm is shattered. A scream, not from within, but above. The scout on watch cries out. Her silhouette jerks back into view, and behind her a shadow looms. A leopard, its coat dappled gold, and shadow launches from the ridge. Chaos erupts. The beast claws at the entrance, teeth bared. The elder male strikes with his stone tool, but it glances off the skull. The leopard lunges into the cave. The battle is primal, feral, frantic. Screams echo off the stone. Blood spatters the cave wall. The young male throws himself between the leopard and the child, taking the brunt of the strike. The matriarch grabs a branch, jabs at the predator's eye. Another stone crashes into its flank. At last the leopard retreats, wounded, hissing, humiliated. Silence falls. Heavy, ragged breathing, sobs, a groan of pain. They have survived, but at a cost. The young male lies curled near the cave wall, his side slashed open, blood oozing slowly into the dirt. The matriarch kneels beside him, her hands trembling as she presses moss and torn bark against the wound. The child he saved watches, eyes wide, understanding something unspeakable has been done on his behalf. No words are spoken, none exist, but the meaning is carved into every breath, every gesture. This was sacrifice. This was legacy. The clan rests, but uneasily. The leopard may return. The hyenas may follow. This cave is shelter, but also a trap if cornered. Still, it's the only sanctuary they've found. The matriarch sends the scout and another young female to gather leaves, roots, anything edible. They descend the ridge with speed and silence, carrying sharpened stones and long sticks hardened in the sun. Below, the forest breathes its secrets. Every sound, a rustle, a bird call, the snap of a branch, could be the prelude to death. But luck for once is kind. They find a patch of tubers, bitter but nourishing. A stream nearby glints with frogs. One woman lunges, misses. Tries again, her fingers close around a slippery body. She lifts it, triumphant. The frogs go into leaf-wrapped bundles. This is not a feast, but it is survival. Back at the ridge, the matriarch mixes crushed bark and saliva into a paste and smears it over the wounded male's body. His fever is rising. She does not look away. She has seen many die. She has carried many forward. but this one fought with fire in his limbs. Fire, they do not have fire, they will never know. The irony does not reach her. She knows only pain and perseverance. Evening comes. As the sun lowers, a wind sweeps across the savanna, bringing with it dark clouds. Thunder rolls, not the violence of the first storm, but enough to chill the bones. The clan huddles within the cave. Rain falls again. The wounded male shivers, his skin clammy. The matriarch curls beside him, wrapping both arms around his chest. Her eyes remain open long after the others sleep. By morning, he breathes easier. The fever has not broken, but it has not worsened. Outside, the storm has passed. The air is heavy but clean. The clan emerges, cautiously stepping into golden morning light. It is time to move again. This time not in panic, but in purpose. The matriarch leads them not back toward the low plains, but forward toward the hills, where birds nest high, and predators find it harder to hunt. It will be a hard journey. The wounded male will be carried, but the spark of survival has grown brighter not through flame, but through unity, sacrifice, and instinct. They carry no fire, but they carry each other. Days pass, the hills rise before them, harsh and untamed, but rich with promise. The child walks, now holding the hand of the one who bled for him. The matriarch pauses at the summit, the wind tugging at her coarse hair. Below lies the vast savanna behind them, the scars of survival, ahead the unknown. They have no flame, no light to tame the dark, but they move forward, bound by blood memory and silent courage. In the end, it is not fire that defines humanity, but the will to endure, to protect, and to rise again. Together, they disappear into legend.